and welcome to the 2021 Spring Series. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the 2021 Spring Series. So for this year's series, I am actually joined by my two dear friends, Debbie Adams and Martha Tucker. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining the fun. And they're also going to be sharing with you projects every day. So you know what that means. This series is also going to be a giveaway. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to all three channels. You leave a comment under each one of the videos. Come back every day and that's it. My giveaway is going to be open to US and international subscribers, and you do have to be over 18 years to participate. So today I'm also announcing the release of my new digital magazine. This is my Spring Series magazine, and on the magazine you're going to find right up tutorials for all of the projects that I'm going to be showcasing this week. What I have for you today is a botanical mini album / journal. If you love mini albums and you don't like making that Hinge system, or if you like journals and you don't like making the stitches signature, so this project is perfect for you because this can be used as either one and no stitching, no hinges required. And I do have a tutorial for you at the end. So I am using some chipboard for the cover and also this beautiful botanical fabric here. I did share with you some time ago a haul where I got all of the fabrics and the papers that I'm going to be using for all of my spring projects, and I'm going to try to find that video link down below. But mainly I got most of these from either Joann's or Michael's, and then I'm also using some items from my stash. So this book here measures 8 by 6 and it has a 2.5 inch spine. I wanted to make the spine not too big because I just love how this feels. So I'm gonna be using these as a mini album / journal combo also because I want to keep track of the plants that I'm adding to the garden this spring, because every year I want to do that. Some plants do come back, some flowers come back next year, some flowers don't. So I want to start keeping track of that, and then also of course happy memories in the garden with the girls. And so yeah, so I added a lot of pages to this little journal here and or mini album, and then some of these also have a pocket, so I wanted to add, you know, some different options. And this is basically a blank base, so if you want to use this as a mini album, you can definitely add more flaps and, you know, different elements like that. Or if you want to use it as a journal, you can collage different papers and add some, you know, flaps as well. So again, I'm going to be using this as both, and let me know if you would like to see some videos on how I'm going to be using this book, and I'll be happy to create some spreads for you as well. So as you can see, I went ahead and stitched some of these pages, but you definitely don't have to stitch them. And I created pockets in some of these, but I really love the botanical feel to this book right here. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you the tutorial, but please don't forget to go visit my dear friends Debbie and Martha, and also the link to my website where you can find my magazine will be on the description box below. And now let's go ahead and make this together. Okay, so to make this book, I'm going to cut my chipboard pieces at 8 by 6. We need 2 of those and 1 piece of 8 by 2.5. And I'm going to glue them onto some lightweight cardstock. And again, all of the dimensions will be included on the spring magazine edition, so I'm going to have that link down below. So I'm just going to join the 2 pieces, and then I am going to glue these 3 pieces down. So I'm going to put this really close to the edge because I only want this cardstock to kind of make my chipboard lighter so the fabric doesn't look too dark. And then I'm going to wrap this up on the fabric. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of spacing, just as if we were wrapping this up with the cardstock. And I'm going to do the same with this one. And we're gonna add this piece right here. So once I let this dry, I'm going to just cut the extra cardstock out. So then I'm going to use my fabric to wrap everything up. So I'm just going to cut my fabric so I have enough spacing all around. So then I'm just using my fabric glue to add the fabric around the chipboard. I'm not adding any glue on the front side because I don't like the glue showing. Sometimes it shows on the front of the book. So for the pages, I'm going to be using this paper pack that's called Gardenia. I got this from Joann's some time ago, and I really like the botanical look of these papers here, and I think they match my fabric really good. So I'm actually going to pick 10 sheets. So we're going to cut the pages at 7 3/4 by 11 1/4. Okay, so we're just going to trim them. And I want this book to have the mini album mechanism, but also like a journal feel to it. So it's going to be like a bit of a combo between the two. So then we're going to score each page at 5.5 and 5 3/4. So then you're gonna have the page look like this. It's going to have this 1/4 inch gusset. And what we're gonna do is glue these pages back to back. Now this paper is kind of different because some pages are double-sided and some pages are not, but you can work with a paper that is not double-sided if you don't mind gluing your double-sided page. So what I'm going to do is just glue these two sections exactly back to back like this. Now if you want this to be also a pocket, you can only glue like a U section like this and then have this opened for a pocket. So what I'm going to do is kind of mix and match. I'm going to do some that will be pockets because I want this album to have that journal feel to it. So the ones that I'm going to make kind of like a pocket, I am going to punch a half circle along the top just so I remember that this page is a pocket. So for example, on this one, I'm just going to take that out and then I'm going to glue here this corner. Whoops. See if this is working. Okay, there you go. So you want to adjust your glue on the sides and right there. Okay, that was a little bit too much glue, but that's okay. And then we're just going to match this edge right here like this. And again, you can glue the whole thing and not have to leave that open on the top. That's okay too. So now I'm just going to fold this down or press this down. Okay, so we have these two pages into one, and then we have these pockets. Now for the next one, I'm just going to glue them completely. And so here we go. Or you can do them all as pockets as well. Okay, so that is the fun part about this type of binding. You have a lot of different possibilities, and this is very easy if you want to use this as a journal and you don't have to like stitch the signatures in. If you want to use this as a mini album, you don't have to do the binding. The Hinge system, these pages just basically glue together back to back like this. Okay, so I'm actually really loving this side with the butterflies, so I'm going to use that instead. Okay, so I am going to glue this one here. So, and I'm going to do these pockets right there. Okay, so I'm just going to continue doing all of these pages. Okay, so now we have all of the pages glued back to back. I actually only use 9 instead of 10, and that is going to fit better here in my spine. So then what we're gonna do next is glue these pieces onto your book, but as an optional step, I'm going to be doing some stitching. So if you like that stitching look, you can go ahead and do that as well. So I'm just gonna stitch the edges because again I'm going for that more of a journal type of look. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I added the stitching on all of my pages and I really like the look of that. So now before I glue those pages into my cover here, I'm going to add these little plates on the front, and this is one of those steam holes. I really don't know what you call this, but you know what I'm talking about. And so I'm going to just poke 2 holes right there, and make sure you don't poke your fingers when you do this, because I have done that way too many times. So I'm going to add my brads and close this back here, and then you can add a title here, you can add the year, you can add just anything that you want this journal to be. So I'm gonna make sure this is straight and then add the other one. I'm going to be adding some corners, and again this is an optional step, but I'm just gonna wrap this around here. And I like doing this when I do fabric covers because it just makes the corner go really tight. Now I'm gonna take that out and add some fabric glue here. So then I'm also going to add some seam binding for the closure, and I'm going to put this all the way in here. And now we can go ahead and glue this page. So I'm just going to add glue all around the page here. And I'm going to line up this bending line to the bending line of my book. Okay, so right here like this. And then you also want to center this up and down. And here we go. Okay, so we're gonna glue that right there, and this will be shorter than your cover, which is okay. We're gonna cover that up. And then we're going to do the same for the back. I'm just going to add my glue all over here. Okay, and then for this one, I'm just gonna close this all the way down. Okay, and then we're just gonna press down right here. Okay, so I want to make sure that my pages open flat, and then we're going to press right there. And notice that we are not gluing the spine in the book because we do want these to be loose so the book can open on any page more flat like that. So for the spine, I'm going to glue this little crown, and I think this just goes really good with this fabric. It's kind of like the nature kingdom and I really like it. So then I'm going to be adding some trim here just to fill in this bit of a gap in there, which is not too bad. You can leave it like that as well. So I really hope that you guys enjoy making this album slash journal with me. I hope that you had fun, and I hope that you come back tomorrow for the next project on this series. Don't forget to go visit my dear friends Marta and Debbie and check out my digital magazine, which is available now with this and all of the projects that are included on this series. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.